Good to be with you again. I hope you're having a good and happy Lent. During this holy season, we often think of spending some time examining our life, looking for things that maybe have become too dominant in our lives, causing us even to be separated somewhat from the good Lord. And I suspect in our own time we have something else that we need to think about when we think about things in our lives that maybe are causing some problems. With all of the good advantages that modern technology has brought us, I think many folks are also recognizing it can produce some problems for us. I was struck recently reading that the New York Times and CBS had done a poll that found that almost half of the respondents checked their work emails after business hours and while on vacation. And 1 person in 7 say they see less of their spouses because of time spent online. The University of California at San Diego did a survey and said that the average person today consumes 350% more information than someone living over 20 years ago. And many experts believe that's more data than we're designed to handle. And that this information overload leads to shortened attention span, memory loss, mental fatigue, and in some users, even a form of addiction. So with all of the blessings of the technology, we can see how at times it can pose a problem for us. And we need to be alert to that and kind of think again about our use of this, that we're using it and it's not coming to dominate our lives. Obviously, in this whole period of the virus, we've been concerned about our ability to be with one another, and we know how important that is for us as human beings. Certainly, the internet can help keep people in contact, but on the other hand, it can also at times so distract us that we become very impersonal in relationships. I always remember a few years ago being at someone's 90th birthday party and looking around at one point, and everyone was having a grand time talking to one another, laughing, sharing memories. And I noticed one young man, I guess he was in his late teens or early 20s, on the internet, cut off from everybody else. And it wasn't just for a few moments, it went on and on and on. I thought, what a shame for somebody to miss the opportunity to renew these relationships with other dear members of the family and friends. Sometimes even at Rehoboth, if I'm walking along the boardwalk, I hear somebody speaking and I think they're talking to me, and then I realize, no, they're just talking on the phone to someone. We're always available to everyone and can't take the time to shut it off and just enjoy the sunshine, the breeze, the salt air, or whatever. I think Lent perhaps was a good time for us, among other things, to think about these issues. I know some people have found it helpful to keep some kind of a journal, a record, and to see how much time am I spending each day on this. Is it interfering in my communications and relationships with other people? Perhaps others find it helpful to designate time when they're offline, and even at night to shut it off. I'm going to bed, I need rest. Yes, it's important for, I think, even friends and fellow workers to know there are times when you're not going to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know it's still difficult for us to be in contact with some of the people that we love, and because of the virus restrictions, although they're beginning to loosen a bit, we know how important those relationships are for us. So perhaps we might include this when we do a little examination of conscience in Lent and look at the things that perhaps become dominant in our lives, that interfere in our relationships with the Lord and with each other. Certainly we can bring a very spiritual outlook on things, even to our time on the internet. So I hope you'll take the time to think about these issues if perhaps you're very prone to be in that world of the new technology, and be sure that it doesn't become a problem for you. Use it well. Use it to the glory of God. But don't be imprisoned by it and become even addicted to it. Whatever we become addicted to reduces the freedom that God has given us in Christ. I hope you have a very good Lent, a happy Lent as we approach the climax of our Lenten observances in the great celebrations that are coming in a few weeks. God bless you.